You know what you hate to see? You hate to see the Lakers losing in the first round.
And everybody talked themselves into doing it.
As the 3 seed.
Yeah, into winning. And it like you talk about, well, they have Luka and they have LeBron. It's like, yeah, they don't have anything else. And even in that series, when we went into it, I was like, it wouldn't surprise me if the Lakers won, but I think Minnesota's going to pull this out.
Well, I think I remember our predictions. We both went LA.
Yeah.
But the lack of bigs was going to be an issue for LA. But LeBron and Luka were just this force that pulled everybody in because stars usually do win in the NBA. And it was jarring to see how big of a difference that was.
Yeah.
And I really do think if they were almost to play almost anybody else in this first round, I mean, Oklahoma City excluded, they probably would have won that first round series. But
they're big as hell. I'm sorry, I said it backwards when I brought it in. We picked the Lakers, not the Timberwolves. Yeah,
but
we talked, as I said, we started opening it by saying we talked ourselves into this because those two can be so overwhelming.
What Rudy Gobert did, especially last night, it was unworldly.
They turned him into Wilt Chamberlain.
27 points, 24 rebounds, 9 of them offensive rebounds for Rudy Gobert. Second Timberwolf in their franchise's history to have a 20-20 game, and the other one, Kevin Garnett. But the way that he was getting the easiest looks of all time, it was Jackson Hayes was unplayable, and Jackson Hayes did not play in the game at all.
I mean, they brought Maxi Kleber back out there after not having played since January.
And right now, JJ Redick is getting a ton of heat because he didn't even try it. Like he was just like, I'm just going to roll with Rui, and Rui scored last night.
Well, if you ever want to see what a coach thinks about players, see what happens in the playoffs.
And
they don't. If a coach does not trust them, they're not going to play.
He did not trust, obviously, Jackson Hayes. He did not trust Jared Vanderbilt either.
No.
And Maxi Kleber got 5 minutes run. But for all the heat that JJ Redick is taking, I look at it and I go, there's also purpose pitches that are sent to front offices. And it wasn't just by JJ Redick, because did you hear what LeBron said today?
No, that's I literally just pulled it up. I mean, the quote is incredible. Do we have the audio?
No, they played it on the herd, but we weren't able to pull it.
This is the comment from LeBron James as far as being a center. No comment, because AD said what he needed and he was gone the following week.
Remember, right before the trade deadline, Anthony Davis was asked about how they can improve the roster. I can't remember exactly what he said, but a week later he was dealt.
Well, look, AD has made that comment 11 billion times.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, like, brother, you need to toughen up, because the world of basketball for you is best when you're at the 5. That's the whole point. You being at the 4, this isn't 2006. Like, unless you've got Chet Holmgren alongside you, and he is, the 5, or Porzingis, where there's a true floor spacer and somebody who can take the pounding of being a 5, but like those guys are kind of skinny, so it doesn't really make much sense for them to be the 5. Like, you're not Evan Mobley, dude. You're not that, like, for AD's purpose. And the whole idea of him not wanting to be the 5 because it's tough, it's like, yeah, that's the point, dude. That's what the money's for.
And that's also why people don't see you as Defensive Player of the Year, which he has complained about.
It's like, you don't want to do the tax. Like, it's not like, look, unless you're Jokic or Joel, it's not glamorous to be a 5 in the league. It's just not. And that's what you see with a lot of these guys. And you could talk about, well, everything should be about winning and da-da-da-da. We talked about this yesterday. So maybe 12, 15 guys in the entire league where everything is about winning, where it just does not matter. It's about winning. It's about your brand. It is about your legacy. It is about the money. It is about the touches. It is about your stats. The guy that sent them home in Ant Edwards, what did he say 2 months ago? I don't want to pass the ball. I score. Like, that's one of the new faces going forward of the NBA, telling you like he's not mature enough yet. Now, in this series, he seems to have grown leaps and bounds. But this the whole idea of like how things fit together, and we should have been smarter about this, because the thing that Minnesota could exploit is the single biggest weakness of the Lakers.
And it was in spades. And there was not. This is why when JJ Redick, remember when they won the game, the one game that they won in this gentleman's sweep, and JJ Redick took the podium and he was furious about how it all went down.
Because the execution sucked.
And he knew that even getting that win meant nothing for that series because they didn't figure anything out. They didn't have an answer, and he knew that Chris Finch and the Timberwolves were going to have a counterpunch, and that counterpunch was going to be snatch your soul, get to the rim with your guards, and then feed Rudy Gobert. Mm-hmm. And that is exactly how the series played out, and that's exactly how it ended last night. And look, the Lakers, because of LeBron and Luka, they were able to get that thing close. They were down by 14. They actually took a lead in the fourth quarter, and then it just went kapooey after that.
Yeah, 16 points in the fourth quarter, and that's been the story of the series. It was their inability to do anything in the fourth quarter. I want to say that the Wolves ended up winning the fourth quarter by something like 70 points overall.
I don't know, because Harlan said on the broadcast last night that it was 36 heading into the fourth quarter.
Maybe it was 50 points then.
I think I saw one thing, too, that said over the course of the series in the 5 games, the Lakers reached 20 points in a fourth quarter exactly once.
Yeah.
And that was 20 points.
And going into the fourth quarter, or going into last night, they had not shot over 30% in a fourth quarter.
And they hit, and I think they hit 100 for a game twice in the series. Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing. The rumor mill and the noise coming out of Los Angeles right now, LeBron's getting an extension.
Okay, let's talk about that, because I also want to talk about the Timberwolves too, because they won this series. It was a no-doubter. They won that damn series. Mm-hmm. But the Lakers are in a really weird spot as an organization. And Nico Harrison may have bailed them out by giving them Luka Doncic, but they still got problems if they want to contend for a title. Yep.